Hello everyone and welcome to Plus Equal. Today I'm here for a short tutorial. We are here inside Unity and we will talk about the toggle tool handle rotation and what are the main differences between being global or local. So let's start, let's jump into Unity. Here we have the scene from previous tutorials. Let's ignore it or use it as we wish. What we really care about is this toggle right here. You see that we have the toggle for global, and if you press it, you can change it to local. So what's the main difference here? Let me select an object here in my scene. I can select this that I said in the previous tutorial to be a door, and as you can see, I don't have any rotation on my object. Is default 0, 0, 0. And if I move my camera around, you can see something in common between these gizmos, right? These axes and these axes. And what you can notice is that they match each other, right? You can see right here that the z-axis is going to the right, just as in my object. The y-axis is up and the x-axis is pointing to me. And if I move to the right side of this object, it's just swapped, right? Now the x is pointing to my left, z to my right, and this one is pointing forward or up. However, if I was supposed to change this, let's say that my object now will have a rotation, something very random, push it here to make it more clear, you can still see that it actually matches the gizmos anyway, right? And that's because it's global. It's reading the world information and applying it to the object. Now, something very useful is if I wanted to move this door in its own direction, in its own gizmo, I have something to deal with that. And that's changing this from global to local, all right? So my door now adjusted this gizmo to itself. And there's no better way to see this than actually changing this. So let me change it again to be more straightforward. If I press just like this, you can see that my door is aligned with the ground, more or less, right? So the y-axis is pointing up, and that's cool. But as you can see now, my z-axis is pointing to me, but actually the z-axis of the world is pointing to the right. Same with the x-axis that is pointing to this direction, and here is completely pointing to the left. And this can be even worse. If I do something like this, it will be almost rotated 180 degrees, right? The same applies to the y-axis. If I want to point this facing actually down, now my y-axis is completely gone. It's pointing, all the gizmos are opposite to each other almost, but even so, this is very useful sometimes in a game. Let me take the example here. I was building some fences on the previous tutorial. Now imagine I want this object here. Let me rotate this with the snapping. All right, and let's say that I want this to be more or less here, and now I want this fence here to stop going this way, right? And I want it to go this way. If I add this in global, it would be very difficult to me to duplicate this object and keep it very aligned. So I would need to do Ctrl D to duplicate the object, and now most likely I will grab this plane and try to put it somewhere like there, right? But this is not accurate. This is not a good way to do it. So let's delete this. Let's grab this object, and the easiest way is to actually place this to local. So my x-axis is aligned with my object. Let's Ctrl D, and now we can select this x-axis and push it only just like that. And that way we'll know that is aligned. If you want to do it perfectly, you need to use the grid that I told you about in the previous tutorial, but that's not the most important topic here because we already covered that previously. Now we just wanted to talk about this align and the difference between local and global. So I hope you guys understood the difference between using global and local and which cases you should use it. Certainly with the experience you will find more ways to use it, and you will find it actually pretty helpful. Well, and if you found out that this video was helpful to you as well, just drop a like and comment below something. I usually read all the comments and try to answer as much as I can as well. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more tutorials in the future. Stay cool. I will see you in the next episode.